wolle nyin sambalena atol min yalon ko alka safaro le ke fir fegol le balbu da lafta kabin kankula ning alnata home digital fm jamu kankular bundal te dami yalon ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalon e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atul min yalon ko project ko bale bulu gabia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne modulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami yalon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix nga namurung nga eali bala manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami yalon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ese ku jama lojje ntelu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kidimoti wala munnalo kankumoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220-734-3125. Hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp command nole plus 44-777-1676-759. Wala Mengbe Kering nka wole nyama andum fanan nkake wole nyama.
Distinguished guests, our partners, community members, councillors here present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is a great honor to be with you today as we commemorate World Water Day 2025 on our local theme, access to clean drinking water, a fundamental human right. This day is a reminder of a crucial role that water plays in our lives and a call to action for all of us to ensure that clean water is accessible to every person in our region. Water is not just a resource, it is a life. It nourishes our bodies, grows our food, and sustains our livelihood. Access to clean water translate into healthier communities, better education, and stronger local economies. Yet there are still communities in our region that face challenges in accessing these basic necessities. Today, as we reflect on these challenges, we must reaffirm our shared responsibilities to make clean water available to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brikama Area Council has long recognized the importance of water provision, making a cornerstone of our development agenda. Over the past years, the Brikama Area Council with its partners has drilled 85 boreholes across the West Coast region, strategically placing them in public spaces, in schools, in health centers, in football fields, and in community gardens. These boreholes are more than just a water point. They represent hope and opportunities, providing water for drinking, sanitation, education, and agriculture. This achievement would not have been possible without the support of our valued partners, such as Foundation 221, GAMOL, and other philanthropists, individuals who have quietly contributed to this cause. On behalf of Brikama Area Council and the people of West Coast region, we extend our deepest gratitude. Your contribution has transformed lives. But ladies and gentlemen, our work is far from over. In fact, we are only getting started. This year, under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Chairman Yankuba Dabo, BAC has taken a bold step forward by increasing the World Development Fund from $500,000 to $1 million. This increase means that more councillors now have the resources to prioritize water provision in their wards, bringing us closer to our goal of ensuring clean water for every community in our region. With these additional funds, our focus is very clear: expanding access to clean water, especially for the underserved communities. We recognize that water access is not just about infrastructure, it is about dignity, it's about health, it's about creating opportunities for development. Each new borehole is a step towards lifting communities, improving lives, and strengthening the foundation of our region's future. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, let this occasion serve as both a celebration and a call to action. BAC, under the leadership of Chairman Yankuba Dabo, is committed to continuing this work. But we cannot do it alone. We need more partners from NGOs, private sector actors, and even individuals who share our vision of clean water for all. Today, we are reaching out to you, our partners, our friends, and our supporters, to join us in this mission and crusade. Today, we can accelerate progress, ensure sustainability, and make sure no community is left behind in West Coast in terms of having access to clean drinking water. On behalf of Brikama Area Council, we extend our heartfelt thanks to every one of you who has supported us in this cause and who are here today present in commemorating this day. Our partners, our giant and committed councillors, community leaders, determination and solidarity, striving for a future where every resident of the West Coast region has access to safe drinking water. In this crusade of partnership, Mbolo Association is also in our presence, and they're doing tremendously in West Coast region. But also we have NAWEC here present with us, we have water resources here present with us, and all other individuals who come from other institutions here with us. We have our enormous, energetic young people from the regional of West Coast region, and your kind attention. Thank you. Alaikum wa rahmatullah. Namobe brinke kundala, musukundala, min botanan satelto, na partner na min invite nang, Brim Foundation 221, aning NAWEC, Water Resources, Regional Youth Office, Minialonko Iban Fejang, aning mulbe Minialonko Ibotanan Satelto Minialonko, Welle Be Munafankan Giola Minialonko, Country Yasing, Anila partner ila Sateto, Kafal Beko, Albismilai, Bibeodo. Bibeo minkeda match karo tilimwani fula nyinsa omba minkono 2025 Brikama Area Council kafuta dunia fanankang dunia lungo mililondi puruka jiola kumaya ka jura Brikama Area Council la nyatonka yako to mimu Honorable Chairman Yankuba Dabo anala councilon mini alonko council sobe bal mini alonko ba wakilling wato bela kaje kanying lungo nyin jura kamin podron wolong jemu feneti mi yalon ko akumaya bata na baluoto le bawo baluota keno la koma bare amanke drong danir fenti bare nyanto lom pour mobe ka jio soto pour kela hajol topoto ay bawo hadamaya anin dino ata keno la jio koma anim panang jio ntana fiol fino la wallanta agriculture kendo soto nola ning adra jio mandra sotoring barna baluo fananta keno la fenti mi yalon ka timmala ning ayatra jio mantra sotoring barna karaw fanan ta kenola ning ata jio mantra sotoring woto jio la kumaya nto banno la satala na nyimbe woto jang kel ni musol min ya lon ko wolle basirin jam fondin kel min ya lon ko inata ka nyin lungo nyin jura ka fale dronko nyin sang nyin wuchundi kono Brikama area council ani den nyolu min ya lon ko wolle ka boholo sin dulalto na boholo min si nyin sandantan kono atara fo bol tansay bohol lulu West Coast region kono bar min munna hamoti wolom nyindi ko jio man futa dawda min mu ji senawti ay futa je region o kono bawo nyantolon amanke daner fendi bar wokan na nyi tande ko Brikama area council da mata nyin kenola mba kumandiro kala na nimmini mbulo du nyol kono anen kunkilinal almini ko demar ballo muyti kaje ko inen Brikama area council la buldumbul nyonyin isa bambandi isa continent and isa kafu fana bawo la jamale benam biye satel mini alonko iwa sularim boho la pour ka jisene soto bar ima soto and womu ye koliaku balede mbanyim folale ko pour alsa Brikama area council alse fele komala pour kaje ko ye woji sene onyin ya soto wo bori ko laaje kanyin kalam tan ro fana yitan dalla ko na chairman o mingira yankuba daboti ala nyaton ko yakono mbe ya kalam ko serum Brikama area council million talente ye wole di wodo wola mimu wili keme luluti bar nyina yo kafu kabo wili keme lulu kata million killing dalilo kan wala kafo dalilo nyimbije pru wodol fanan isa jiola kumaya dundi ila projetol kono pour sate dol min yalon ko e man jio soto isa jio soto no pour wol financé la hajo timmandino wo fana mu kulete min yalon ko kummayata mbafala chairman anala councilol nala staffol CEO fana ka foye ko ila wo ne tentuke jayi wala wato bela ni wobata je dron ka ko kum famin na dron wolon combatantro anin jayiro dila mo bela min yalon ko wolle ma beta jang ka bonan satel to kana ila satel to yala pour ka nyim ben kumma ba nyin pour ka celebrate in Brikama area council ani la partnal bari fana na nyim fana itandi je ko mbolo bijane mbolo association ni la nyaton ko min keta Mr Sambuti malan Sambu anala mol bijang min yalon ko inata nan pour ka nyin lungo juran fe bara mande damal nawek bijane wol fana nara pour ka nyin lungo juran fe water resources bijane ifana nara ka lungo juran fe media fanam bijane inata ka lungo juran fe funding kel fanam min ba marre regional ifanam bijane pour ka lungo juran fe eco bank fanam bijane ifana nara nam pour ka lungo juran fe anim bank to mal mingira trust bank anim GT bank e bijane pour ka lungo juran fe bara manke o fanan damade min ya lonko lanjur tolu mi ya lonko Brikama area council buga ku kenoy koma ifanam bijane pour ka nyen lungo juran fe ku ku ni Brikama area council bato e ka tarajele wato bela wokan ba mobe tentulam balbe jayila alla nya nala kana Brikama area council ala barkabak.
Good morning everybody. On behalf of the Department of Water Resources, we are very glad as a department to join Brikama area council together with their chairman to celebrate this important day, which is Water Day. We all know human being cannot go without water. We know the importance of water. That's why internationally, the day is recognized. So, nakumote jamfala tubabu counto. Because best CEO mento jang akumata baket. Water resources ntalebe bunda tumenka jiodi mola. Mune wasabu mbe area council le complement kang. Area council la doko nkete le makoy. Wakamala mbe chairman bondela kalama. Na report every month ngadi CEO lale planning council sasea every month do akafuelo dinale to facilitate my natamo region auto mbe chairman be bondela kalam but ningo access to clean water kasuti ya jisenu la kumata de sustainability is very important mbamara la nyame council did a lot kajio diala water resource pa dikang farna bundal fanal ba keka bari na kole anda moment region auto ka sustain ka kodo landae pour ni de marla waran council botaje wara water resources botaje ka marano because na ful jamal ka du jio kuntu Presently, water resources may operate ka West Coast region. Na project follow wala Jaika project. Na geodi sate Jamala West Coast. The project membakan thing wala climate smart rural water supply. Kunum fang bisar madi anim bisar bajong koto contractual tata jele purka sign. Presently, water resources nga kolo e bohol banta sinchuuri be jio minkane. Jenukunda omorto niji duasu ngol joinle. Kata foyi nyol to dobo nyol batabut kantora siwol kata sate jama foyi kono. Mbe jio dikela council fanamba dikal. Bari men kumata atopoto. Mol buka atopoto de dung ka water committee train le on financial management na fulo maranya nke train record keeping na nke train farna jamala puru sinin ninde bar kafol botaje abe mutano la nyane so nyi lung kumata nte bake because West Coast region ja jio ka a sustain wala mun na problem odi bo hodo dol dita sanji tan komante be tawoto kan places like Bulog is doing very well. Bulog economy land is over $1 million from their water project. The African Development Leo dealer. Bella in the council and the water resources and in Fandema Kapol. Ibe Jiolmen Dikala. Ala make sure that Alia Mutade. Because Inyanta water is not free. Because Masingle Menka Selendi Kodolem. So nabe wanya Gambia dunga jio mutaleko firida de anafula jamfana fanna do kuma atabake na underground water kil tuo bije nkana tinya modol bije na murumuru konon kaje ko ila kamol ikaila kolon kotoli yela mandi kamol ni o ke don duma jio ibati nyala ngadulal dolje ila kamol ke simbake me yalon ko 3 meters ngole recommend ni basin but dol ka kamo sinne 4 meter lulu meter woro iba yala ko nila water table o amanjam fa bagi is underground water is a polluted dole sungaro le mudan ndoto kuma jama bi jemba pala ngaja even brikama jang bo holo dol be sidni kaburo dala me yala ko dol ko ni be bo holo sidna kaburo dala anyanta kala 100 meters ledi 100 meters, meter keme. But ni da sade dolto. Dara dolbe kaburo dala ye boholol drill. Ani kuma labang wala nyinti ko jio topoto. Jiseno na ditela. Awajibi yata boholol dol dita molla. Sanji kilim fula sabandani ibuka jio nying ibuka chlorine. Na department bijele chlorine ka soto na water lab abuko. Every 6 months kariworo. Akumata yeta abuko ida found sumbo horole bebul bang wala jama talo bang yeta e chlorine soto yake la jiokono puru ji senu si sabati ningo access to clean water amanga ko do bo holo sing ya fili je wonya hani topodo role fo faw ni ata ko kolole bebulu me yalon ko inyanta imang chlorine soto isi adra sawelo ko kolon kono pour katina kuran keso lay asi busa duma ita bulala jio kono be min so ji yamade ndi wala dilala ala barka.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The chairman Brikama Area Council, Mr. Yankuba Dabo, the vice chairman Brikama Area Council, is one of my best friends in BAC anyway. All councillors in West Coast region, the media, my able country coordinator, Madam Bintaba, members of the foundation that are here present, the media, and everyone present here. My name is Buba Sanyang. I am the operations manager for Foundation 221 in the Gambia. Being an operation manager is just like being working for people. Today, the 22nd of March 2025, it's a very important day for myself most especially the members of Foundation 221. Why is this day important for us? Because one of the major projects that we have engaged in, the thing that we think benefited thousands of inhabitants in West Coast region, is what is being celebrated today, which is water. That's why from my CEO in the United States, from my African regional coordinator in Senegal, from all over Africa where we have Foundation 221 members, everyone is happy. Because this day is a day that we were not expecting. You did a good job for some people, and they remember you in every single event that they do. It's very, very great. We thank BAC for that. Mr. Chairman, and everyone present here, I want to introduce Foundation 221 to the audience, because Foundation 221 is well known by the people of West Coast on our water project. And we are way away. We are way beyond that. We do more than water in all over Africa, France, America, and wherever we have our partnerships. Foundation 221 is an international NGO, a humanitarian NGO that is a non-profitable organization. It was incorporated in the United States in 2014 by a Senegalese national called Alhaji Musa Nyang. In 2022, Foundation 221 started operations in the Gambia. And some of the things that we engage in, is helping women, underprivileged children, underprivileged communities, people with health issues. These are things that Foundation 221 engage in, and especially education, and also building youths for community leaders. And myself, I have been developed by Foundation 221, seriously. If we begin with health, Foundation 221 is committed to addressing health challenges, inequalities. Since 2018 to date, Foundation 221 has invested more than $20 million in health all over Africa by supplying medical equipment, medicines, and helping hospitals in Senegal, Ivory Coast, Mali, Mauritania, and some parts in the United States. Foundation 221 as well have sent in another $500,000 worth of medical equipment in the Gambia, but that one has become another story. But we're going to continue to invest in health, inshallah Rabbi. Now to summarize, because the old passage is Ramadan, and it's true, it's Ramadan. My entire team is tired, everyone is tired. Since the third day of Ramadan, we engage in iftar from one community to another, up to date. And even today, we are moving somewhere else. So we don't want to prolong this discussion. Number one, almost every year, Foundation 221 will feed 10,000 families every year with food baskets that we distribute in our various countries where we have our partnerships. Number two, over 334 wells are dug within the countries that Foundation 221 is operating. And out of these 334, 44 are dug in the Gambia, and where in the Gambia? In West Coast region. Over 54 hospitals were equipped by Foundation 221. And these equipments, we are not talking about second-hand equipments. We are talking about brand new equipments that we give out to hospitals in Senegal, in Mali, in Mauritania, in Cote d'Ivoire. Number four, 235 orphans sponsored in different countries. When you go to Senegal, they have about 100 plus orphans that are being sponsored by Foundation 221. And this sponsorship include clothes for Eid, clothes for Tobaski and Korite, educational sponsorship, health sponsorship for orphans. Because Foundation 221 as a humanitarian organization, we believe that kids without father or mother should not feel that they are not part of the community. That is why we also have that program in the Gambia here, whereas we organize an event that we call Family Fun Day. We also organize an event that we call Back to School Bags and school materials to underprivileged kids, so that they can also feel themselves. They can know that they are part and parcel of the community. Your mother, your father missing in your life does not mean that you are not part of the community. Today, a very important day, like I said, an international day celebrates water and inspired action to tackle global water crisis. A core focus is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal, SDG 6, water and sanitation for all. Therefore, Foundation 221 finds it necessary to contribute its quota and by providing 17 boreholes in 2023. Before we reach to BAC, we have been drilling boreholes in different communities in West Coast region. 17 boreholes before we come to BAC, in which 16 communities benefited in West Coast region. Now from 2024, a major outbreak, which is we have almost 27 boreholes from our partners. And these 27 boreholes, like we said it in Mandinka or Wolof, nga kulli West Coast region, where BAC lejang. This is where we did the ceremony with chairman and others to tell them that we have 27 boreholes that we want to give every single borehole to BAC. We want the councillors to lead us. Let them take us to their communities and tell us where exactly these boreholes are needed for. Because Foundation 221, one thing is key in our work. We want to make sure the borehole lands in the hands of the people that need it. That is what our motto is. You have to make sure, or we have to make sure, these boreholes are given to people that need it. And we have seen that the councillors of BAC, from Kalaji to the last end here, they really supported us, they helped us, they took these boreholes to communities within their wards that really needs it. How do we know that? Because every single inauguration, the people that we see, the crowd, the comments, the happiness that shows that what we give to those people is really, really appreciated. Because if you come to my house, I have Nawek water there, is flowing all over, you drill a borehole at my gate, and you call me for an inauguration. I'm not going to come, because I don't need it. So thank you very much, BAC councillors. We thank you very much. We want you to continue working this way with all the institutions and park politics aside, so that development will come in its full. So far, an estimated of 176,000 liters is being given away by Foundation 221 when it comes to water, every single day. How do we have this figure? We multiply the number of boreholes we have and the liter of the tank, multiply it by twice. Because we have this data back from the communities that these tanks, we use them twice in the day. So if you multiply that, you can see Foundation 221 is giving out 176,000 liters of water daily. And an estimated of 15,000 people that also benefited from this water. Mr. Chairman, the Vice Chairman and audience, the importance of water, we cannot discuss it in one seat. Water is life. There is no country, and there will be no country. There is no community, and there will be no community. There is no institution, and there will be no institution that will develop to the maximum without water. There are some areas people want to move in there to start construction. They cannot move because there is no water in that area. Animals need water, trees need water, human beings need water. That is why Foundation 221 is very, very focused in terms of giving borehole to the communities. Our work does not only focus on the relatives that we know, but our work and what we believe in, we give it to people that need it. Well, I want to end my speech by thanking the entire council, starting from chairman to the last person, members of Foundation 221 in the Gambia. These are giants. I am the one that appear more in the job because I control the operations. I make sure it goes the right way. I make sure there is no error. I make sure the people that need it are the people that have it. But there are brains behind me that push me to do that. And I want you to give them a round of applause. These are great people that are behind me, and they push me, they give me the courage. I am not the only one that have the experience to do the job, but they gave me the courage, they push me, you can do it, and together we are doing it. And we also want to thank the CEO, the one that struggled to make sure the funds are here on time. We want to thank our regional coordinator, Sophie, who is always coming here. He's always with us to guide us, to tell us what to do so that we can be successful. And we want to thank the entire West Coast region for supporting us, because every single community that we visited, you can see the way people come out, they support our contractors, they provide food for them, they provide water for them. During the drilling of the borehole, our contractors are always comfortable, and we are also happy with that. We want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.
My greetings to my brother, the chairman, and then the manager, Foundation 221, Water Resources, Vice Chair, and then all representatives of different institutions, the councillors, our families in West Coast region. I am saying a big thank you for the energy that you put out there to celebrate this day. Obviously, it's because you like your country, you love your country, that's why you are here. The government of the Gambia for providing the enable environment, that's why all of us are here, because if there is peace, we will be able to celebrate what we are. Water is important, is very crucial, as everybody says. This is SDG Goal 6. All of us know the importance of water, from our gardens to the house, cleanliness, health, and every place. So this is a cross-cutting thing. And for us, Mbolo Association is a service provider, at the same time, education. We foster education, because this is a tool that can change life. So we are doing it with smart way. You know, anybody talks about solar installation in this country, you must consider Fandema School, which is giving a vital education to young girls to become big first time and then one time women in energy, gender, practicing how to do male-dominated area in order to mechanize their household load of them. So obviously, I think this is a very, very nice gathering, and I think that this is supposed to be celebrated every day, because in West Coast we have the possibility, and the possibility are the youths and the knowledge, and that knowledge is able to safeguard and give us health. So for that being the case, I think when water is provided, what is necessary is the sustainability. And I see one project in Bondali. This is the e-water. Obviously, it is something that we must emulate in all the areas, because one thing is when water is provided, at the end of the day, you find a tap open, tanks are linked, pipes are broken down, and nobody takes care of it. So obviously, it's not a matter of providing, it's a matter of how to sustain that. That's why my partners here from the Grand Canary Islands, we have an EU project together. We're going to power a mini grid system in Kudang, which will be, you know, you all know Kudang have been flooded, you know, so we're going to fix that. and we will also fix the sanitation problem there, and then bring one-time solar system in that place. So I think it is really important for us to look at how do we sustain these projects. That, for me, it's one of the things. It's not the art of getting the money. As a lead negotiator for mitigation work program in the UN, we fight a lot to get these monies out here. All these monies that are spent, they are from taxpayers' money. So they are here to alleviate, to help us, to make sure that we put it into good use. And I think the leadership in BSC is attracting all kind of entities to come and work, because the councillors, you are really supporting the strategy, you are working hard, to make sure that these aids, they go to the real people who need it. So for that, I will just close by telling you that Mbolo is obviously to support in any form, to make sure that we do it for our people, and then, anything that we can do for each one, let's go on for it. Thank you very much.
Mina Seytan Rajim, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon to you all. Mr. Chairperson of the Birkama Area Council, the Vice Chairperson as well, and members of the entire council, the water representative from the Department of Water Resources, Mbolo Foundation 221. It is indeed a great honor for me to stand here today to speak on behalf of the beneficiary communities. Obviously, if one looks around, the number is quite handful, and therefore to be chosen among the lot to do the task on their behalf is indeed an honor. I pray for Allah to help me to do that task. Thereafter, I must say today is a great day. Today being the 22nd of March 2025, but that is the same day also that has been set aside to celebrate water. Various speakers that have spoken before I came in have actually highlighted the importance of water, but all of them are human. But definitely, as I make reference to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have said, that suffices. When he said, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. That shows the aquatic nature of living things. Before I come to the fundamental point here, I want to say something, and that is going to be on the memory lane. I remember years ago, 4 years or thereabout, when we came together and said what we wanted to do was to develop our area. But thankfully, through the wisdom of my colleagues on the ground, what we did was, we said, let us have some sort of a need assessment. But we were grateful that successfully we did that, and we were able to prioritize some of them. To tell you the truth, high on the agenda was water. Then we sat and discussed at length on how are we going to achieve this. Many solutions that we thought could have been helpful were devised and discussed. But the challenge definitely was and still remains, how are we going to fund this? And that became an issue. To tell you the truth, we did what we can. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have actually achieved some strides, but through the intervention of council, through our very own councillor, Mr. Diba, and I also believe other councillors did the same thing. When we had that project, that was inaugurated in our ward there, to be precise, 7 months ago in August 2024, we were gladdened and we are definitely pleased. To tell this gathering the truth, many of our women who are down there, and as we all know, their source of livelihood used to be from the gardens. Then they will use what? roof and bucket to water their beds and their gardens. So often the thought will be, when I return home, I have to go and strive again to go to either another well to actually be able to do some domestic issues that definitely requires water. But with the bringing of that particular project there, that trouble have been sorted out for those individuals who normally would rely on that. To tell you the truth, what I have also observed is that in case a particular woman who used to have at least 5 beds now because she is going to be having something that's going to aid her in terms of how she acquires water now, she can now increase. And I noticed that for few of them had now increased the number of beds that they used to have or have with them. And that shows that their earning power has gone up. For those children who will definitely help their parents to acquire water, to have water, now they can easily have water. That means for those of us who are in the education sector, we now know and that these individuals will now have some time to rest so that they can have time for their books. But the story was different before that project. So we are definitely grateful for them. And that project, especially the one that we have, is located at a place that is not only serving those households around, because it's on the main way that people will go pass by, animals will pass by. So you can now see that it's not only meant for those households, but definitely also those who are also passing by. So definitely it helps in such a way that if you want to imagine to what extent, it is elusive. But we are saying thank you very much for the support, and definitely it's making an impact. It can have an impact, either negative or positive, but I want to confirm before you here that the impact that it has made on our life is positive. So thank you very much. When I came in here, then I sat over there and I was trying to see what other thing could I benefit from the individuals who are here, from whatever they are going to say, so that at least when I also go back, I'll have to report back what was. But there are a few things that actually I've heard, especially when our uncle there spoke about chlorination. These are things that when we are going to school we have learned, but the 6 months that he spoke about, I've never come across that. I've never known about that. So that is something I learned today. As I return home, inshallah, I'll relate that one so that we also try to work on that. They have actually emphasized also about sustainability, very key. When it was launched in our ward there, in our Kabilo there, it was emphasized to us, and I want to assure you, as far as we are concerned, and I want to assume if you are here and that's not what you are doing, please do that one so that it is sustainable, so that whenever they come back, at least the project is saying that at least what we have given these people is been making the benefit that it requires to do. And that is key there. So that the next guy over there who did not have is also given. But if you have and you have not taken good care of it, what it means is that it appears that if you put piles before swine, but thankfully before the projects are brought, needs assessments were done, and that shows that where they were taken, they need it. And that is why they have been taken good care of. We want to assure you about that one. Nafida mimfola, onka mimfono ulo mintuko. Tonya, jiolo kumaya, nyingal falu mbesi njamin diamata, ya wofonyele, ya kilo bulandala, ba ombe ya lonne, balo tetalo no, jio koma. Bari min kumada nta kunni wala diamo to wala min ko purka itandi control mi ala control nga muna fango sodo jio nyinna fo jio e minnati na community to wala na dulalto na dinkiralto fo ay na faso to le bang ahan kan ay na faso to le wotumo nu na molu mi ango especially musolu ke telefana mbiyele bare jama nga min korsi wala min to ko na nanyolu mbadi musolu na musolu nata ntolla fannala e ka jama ka min ko wala min to ko gadin doko gadin doko wo gadin doko ni ba kela bayla ko e kata na ko to e julota e yiro e jiyo tan ko kopo e jiyo na defo e na ko nim bongala ni na ko nyim bon ala fa pare na se su ko ko te mi ke wala bre ta na ta ka data ko te ko ndo to ko te so bata nyin kana wara bakele ne atar ko bo do man soto say bay ko kata bo lo minto sida kana jam fale ko te dole wol problem ka tolde bar kabina ta nyin no soto say bay ko sayin a sutiate la ay la duno nyin ko bata nyin a tale kam bakel e bay ko to nya tolla dulato especially a nafa warta bakele o sabu kamma min ya lon ko wala ba ko kono Birkama area council ani la partnership mba fule ko ala baraka ala baraka ala baraka mo min fana benata ala baraka back. Thank you
very much. A'udhu billahi minas shaitanir rajim. Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Good afternoon to everyone here present. The Vice Chairman, Birkama Area Council, CEO, Birkama Area Council, Honorable Councillors here present, the representatives from Water Resources, NAWEC, Foundation 221, our partners, Gammol, and there is a particular individual who also has contributed a lot of boreholes. He deals with a charitable foundation from Saudi Arabia. He's here, I forgot his name, but we would also extend our greetings to him. Modu? Blue Sands. Okay, Blue Sand Foundation. And there is another organization that has also helped us over the last 12 months with boreholes. I think 3 or 4 boreholes. That would be, I believe, is Mama Africa Foundation. They've also helped us with boreholes. So I don't know whether they are present or not, but we would want to acknowledge their support. Now I want to also greet my brother Malan Sambu of Bolo and Fandema Foundations, and want to commend them for the tremendous job they're doing, not only within our regions but in the whole country as a nation. And the partners that are here from Gran Canaria, we extend greetings to you too. The community representatives that are here, we want to greet you too. The media, members of the media fraternity, and I am also aware that we have an Alcalo present, so we want to extend greetings to the Alcalo too. So to everyone here, the youths from the regional body or the regional office, we extend greetings to you too. And then everyone here present, if I haven't acknowledged your presence, my apologies, but I want to extend greetings to everyone. So thank you all for coming and gracing this occasion with us. I don't know whether when you were informed about it, you had the reaction I had when they told me. I must confess, the first time I was informed about celebrating or commemorating World Water Day, I just said to myself, water as well? You know, because it's the first time I heard about people celebrating about water, despite the importance of water in our lives. It is something that which we often forgotten about or often disregard. But it's events like this that are very, very important. So initially, my own reaction to the invitation or the preparation or the organization of this event was a bit skeptical because I was like, we celebrate everything, water as well. What are we celebrating about water? But after being or witnessing this event, I am even tempted to say that we should be doing it every day. simply because it's not only the importance of water that we learn about, but we are also learning a lot about how we maintain the cleanliness of that water. And that is something that we often take for granted. And I think the advice given by the representative from the water resources is so educative, not just to you, the representatives alone, but even to us as the providers, as councils who are providing these boreholes, and our partners as well. He mentioned about chlorine, that we can go and get it every 6 months. We were of the view that you just present the borehole and it lasts forever. You don't need to do anything. It comes with its own natural chlorine. Little did we know that we need chlorine every 6 months. So we will take up that advice. And I think as a council, it's very important that we have our own sort of like a water management team, because as we are providing boreholes and these boreholes are becoming so many, we need to have data on them, and then also to be able to, because if we leave it to communities alone, they might forget, or it might become a bit of a burden for them. But if we take it upon ourselves to go and get this chlorine and take it to the tanks and make sure we put it there, rather than we give it to someone and that person feels a bit tired, if it's a Jamme Kundanka and it is the Ramadan period, he might find it very difficult to climb on top of the bowl stand and try to put the chlorine there. So we need to try and do that so that we make sure not only are we providing water for the sake of water being clean, but we ensure that that water is actually clean and it is healthy for the people that are going to consume it. So indeed, events like this are very important so that we learn a lot. And also they made reference to using abandoned wells as soakaways. This is very, very important, because the water table that your well was connected to is the water table that many other boreholes are depending on. So if you use it for a soakaway, if that water is polluted, it doesn't stay at only your end, it affects everywhere else. Classic example is somewhere like Bundung. Bundung has problem of getting clean water because of the water being polluted. And that's all because of how people have not been really, either not being aware or not careful enough to ensure that they protect the water there. The reality is this, and this is something we have to appreciate. If it can happen in Bundung, so can it happen in Brikama, as well as any other communities that we are representing or we hail from. So if we don't want that to happen, the advice given is something that we have to take seriously, because we all know, as we've heard, and that which I am going to probably repeat, is the importance of water in our life. If you want to know or really appreciate how much importance water is in your life, just go without water for a couple of days. Then you will really know that you cannot live without it. And if we cannot live without it, then we must really value water. And one way to do that is to make sure the water we drink from and everyone else depends on is clean. And it should be the protection of everyone. And simple things we can do is to make sure when people are digging soakaways, they don't go beyond 3 meters as recommended to us today. You know, I almost fall guilty for doing that, because not long ago I got some people to dig a soakaway at my end. And then the guy was saying 3 meters. I said 3 meters will fill too quickly. Let's go for 4 meters or 5 meters. Little did I know that if I had done that, I would have also contributed in polluting the water. If I had done that today, I don't know how I would have been feeling by now, after hearing what the guy from Water Resources said about going that deep with our soakaways. So this is something that which shouldn't be only our knowledge. We now need to be the agents to cascade it further to everybody else in our communities, to know that these are simple things that we need to take to protect our water, the water we drink, the water which our lives depend on. And if we take these things for granted, they come back to haunt not just ourselves, but our children and their children and our great-grandchildren. And so we don't want to be the generation that bequeaths that sort of legacy to their progenies. So we can do a lot better. And events of this nature, which probably this is the first that I have witnessed and I'm learning from, are events that are very, very important. And I am glad that when the idea was brought to me, I didn't, even though I was very skeptical about it, I didn't prevent it. I didn't stop it. If I had done that, I would still be going, pretending that I still know everything about water when I did not. I will probably go to public platforms and say, we have provided almost 85 boreholes in the last 12 months. But have we really contributed towards people accessing clean water? That knowledge would still be lacking. So I am grateful. I am grateful to the Development Committee. I am grateful to one individual who is not here with us, but I'm sure is keenly following us from abroad, and that is my own brother, Aliu Badara. So I believe he initiated the whole idea and pushed it onto the Development Committee, or the Development Committee initiated it and pushed it to him, but he was very, very pivotal in ensuring that this event happens today. And I am really, really grateful. I cannot commend him enough because of things that I have learned within a short space of, I believe, less than 5 hours. I have learned something that which I can share with many other people. And in doing so, I am also protecting many lives. Because if I protect the water reservoir that is on the ground, if I protect that, I am saving many, many lives. Not that of only the lives of human beings, but animals, plants, trees, crops, and many other things. So, indeed, this event, one cannot be able to measure its relevance and its importance in our daily lives. And I hope that we would go with something that will be much more beneficial to our wider communities, so that we all not only become dependent on water, but we also become its protectors. We make sure we protect it so that it doesn't only end at benefiting us, but it goes on to benefit many generations to come after us. So I want to seize the opportunity to thank Foundation 221 for also being there with us. I mean, as they said, they started with the intention of bringing few boreholes, but when we saw the opportunity, we capitalized on it 100%, because we knew the importance of and their need of boreholes or water within our communities. So when somebody